What's going on, guys? Aggronix. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're jumping to our team analysis for the ACL Season 3. Now, if you don't know, the ACL Season 2 was a league that we took part in a couple of months ago at this point. Well, not a couple of months ago, like about a month ago it ended up. Playoffs lasted I think a bit longer than anticipated because I'm not sure what happened with that. But anyway, we didn't make playoffs. We got a 9-6 record, went 9 wins, 6 losses. It was an okay season, but overall, you know, it was disappointing. We didn't make playoffs from a few differential points, really, and I was really you know, upset that I didn't do well because I felt my team was very, very good, and I made so many changes to it over the season. And looking back, maybe that was, you know, a little bit too much. You know, I had Tapu Fini at the start. I had Salazzle and Magnezone. I got rid of those, and then I got rid of Megasthelix for Audino, which I didn't like Audino at all, and I'll never draft Audino again because now I know it's really, really, really bad. And I always wonder, like, why is Audino like so low tier in, you know, leagues? Now I know why. It is dreadfully horrid as setup fodder. It just set up fodder to the max, and not even really that bulky, honestly. So I just kind of accepted that, you know, last season was a bit of a bust. Wasn't the end of the world, though. We're gonna come back with a fresh look on things, and I'm really, really excited about this team. We just drafted right now. Actually, we just finished the draft. The draft lasted about a week. Well, Wednesday to Sunday, or Wednesday to Saturday, because it was a slow draft, and then people were taking so long that I was just like, guys, we gotta finish the draft. So we just everyone sat down and just drafted their teams. This is the team that we got. I'm going to throw it up on the screen right now. You can obviously see the logo for Season 3 in the corner of your screen. And yeah, I'm really, really excited for this season. So, give you a bit of backstory. We have 12 Mons. And you have to have a Mon from each tier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you have 5 free picks. And you have 460 points to get your free Mons. Now, if you get a Mega that is really, really good, it actually takes away from your points, so you minus 20 points, meaning you have 440 points to buy for free picks. And tier 1s are 160, tier 2s are 120, tier 3s are 100, etc. So it was really, really tough to kind of figure out like what I wanted to do with the team. But after a while, I realized the ACL are very, very good for lower tiers. A lot of their lower tier mons are really, really good. So I decided that I would go a lot of high tier stuff and then jump into the lower tier, and that would be completely fine, and my team wouldn't really suffer too much from it. So yeah, my plan was to get 2 certain mons, and those 2 mons drafted. So I'm going to do what I do every single time. I'm going to throw the whole team up in one go. Also, we were number 9. 9? I think we were number 9 in the draft, which means that we were kind of smack bang in the middle, not a great spot. However, I didn't mind it because there wasn't that many picks between our first pick and our second pick and stuff like that. So in some ways, yeah, we were 9. In some ways, it wasn't that actually bad. I didn't actually mind it too much. It just meant that we weren't in a great position to get a first pick, and we weren't in a great position to get a second pick, you know the way? But we still got the mons that we wanted, so I wasn't too upset. I think I only got sniped really, really badly twice. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so this is the team that we have. We have Mega Scizor, Tapu Koko, Victini, Como-O, Tentacle, Tornadus, Gilgar, Sceptile, Regirock, Persian, Alolan Persian, Techno, and Lantern. So that's the team in front of you. Really, really cool team. I'm really, really happy how it turned out. Obviously, it's a very, very bizarre team, but I'll get into why I drafted the style of you know, that I have in a second. But just to give you guys a few seconds, Fairy Dragon Steel Core of Scizor, Como, and Tapu Koko. Fairy Dragon or Fire Water Grass of Victini, Tentacruel, and Sceptile. Flying types in Tornadus and Gilgar. Dark type in Alolan Persian. We don't have a Ghost type. We don't have a Ice type. But I think we have every other type. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we have 17. No, that's wrong. We're missing Ice and Ghost. I think those are the only 2 we're missing. Yeah, so it was really, really good in the end. Oh no, Lantern doesn't count as a pick, so we have 16 types. Lantern doesn't count as another type because we already have an electric type and a water type. So yeah, first pick of the draft was Tapu Koko because I wanted to get something fast off the bat. I realized that fast electric types are so good, and I've used Tapu Koko twice in other leagues, and both seasons we made playoffs. So I think that kind of speaks volumes in itself. Or sorry, no, we used it 3 times actually. One of them was a bust of a season, so I don't really want to count that. It was the Elysian season 5. It was a horrible season for me. I think we actually went like really badly negative. Tapu Koko was on that team, but I drafted it like 3 games from the end of the season, so it doesn't even count. Tapu Koko brought me to the semi-finals of the Elite, or not the Elite, the EPO, and then to the quarterfinals of the PCO. So that's really good. And actually, my Scizor was actually on both teams as well, actually, funnily enough. So yeah, Tapu Koko was great. Such a great speed stat. A really nice speed to kick off the draft. Something super fast. Forces Choice Scarfers and stuff like that. Calm Mind, Wild Shard, U-Turn, Taunt, Roost. Now that, you know, Ultra Sun and Moon are out, this thing now gets access to Z moves. Or not, well, now that there are Z moves in it as well, Tapu Koko is more dangerous than ever. You know, if the Z moves weren't in the game, then Tapu Koko wouldn't really be as much as an impact, I think, as it is now. And I love this thing. I think it's going to be really fun to use it again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I used it. It hasn't been, I think it's been like almost a year almost. So it's going to be fun to try Tapu Koko again. So my second pick was Scizor. I was considering getting Garchomp and then getting Scizor, or getting what was I considering? Getting Zygarde. I was considering getting Tornadus Therian was the Mon, and that got taken. And afterwards I was like, oh, maybe I should have got Tornadus first and then get Tapu Koko. But I'm actually glad that I got Tapu Koko, because Tapu Koko was more important in my eyes for the team than Tornadus. And in the end we got his brother in Tornadus Incarnate, so it wasn't the end of the world. But Tornadus was the big first snipe, and that kind of reshaped my entire team, even though in the end actually it doesn't actually look that much different from what I planned. I guess it does, I'm not sure. But anyway, Scizor was really good. I went with Scizor after Tapu Koko, and it forms a really nice U-turn, Volt Turn course, really nice. Bullet Punch, U-turn, knockoff, superpower. This thing is fantastic. I really love this thing. I'm glad I drafted it, and I'm happy to use it again, because, like I said, it's been a long time since I used this thing, and I'm gonna try to. The last time I used it, actually, I was in the what was that league called again? The PAL. And that league fell apart, unfortunately. It was a team with Scizor, Landorus, Tyranitar, and that team actually, I think we went 5-1, and then the league, you know, fell apart. It was cancelled. But that team was really fun to use. So I kind of repeated that again. We have Scizor, we have Tentacle. Those 2 mons pop up again. So a little bit of inspiration there for us. So yeah, so that's Scizor. Really good. And I'm glad I got it. I'm really excited for this 2 core. So for this 2 mon core, then. The next type was Hydreigon. I was going to get Hydreigon instead of Kommo-o, and that was going to be my next pick. And then I was going to get another tier 2 and then maybe another tier 3, as you know, as well as my other tier 3. So I was actually going to get, instead of getting another tier 1, I was going to tier 2 and a tier 3 on top of the ones I already got. Unfortunately, actually these are backwards. Unfortunately, Hydreigon did get sniped, which is really unfortunate, because it was actually a speed tier that I really wanted, and I failed to get back. But it's not the end of the world. We got Victini then. Victini was still on the board. It has U-turn, and I've loved using it in the PCO. I've loved using the PCO, which I didn't expect I do, because, you know, I watch A-Drive. A-Drive is a big fan of Victini. If you watch his videos, he loves Victini, and he's always going on about Victini. And I've watched him use Victini for seasons at the top of seasons, and he's always done very well with it. But I always thought he was like not really like exceptional. But since using it, I've realized that it is such a great move pool, so hard to prep for, and it's one of those mons that if you prep too hard for Victini, it doesn't come, then you struggle against mons like Tapu Koko and Scizor and Kommo, which I really love. There's also nice synergy here. Victini deals with the grass types that Tapu Koko finds difficult to break. These guys don't really do too well against ground types, but my team kind of struggled with ground types anyway, now that I look at it. With mons like Gilgar and Scizor can kind of deal with them to a certain extent. So maybe I have to change a few mons here and make myself better against ground types. That's a little unfortunate, actually. I just noticed that. Anyway, doesn't matter though. Sorry, my chair is squeaking. Victini is great, and I'm really looking forward to using it. So after obviously Hydreigon went, I realized I was going to go Kommo. Kommo is a great, Kommo is a great synergy with Hydreigon. No, with Mega Scizor, because obviously Kommo's biggest check is obviously fairies. You know, fairies just really shut down Kommo, as well as like bulky water types, like a Lumroll and stuff like that, typical Coco, and Mega Scizor laugh at those. So it's really nice synergy, and it also is just really nice typing dragon fighting. Really nice. I do really like it a lot. Which is why we draft Regirock as well, because you know, my team doesn't really do great against like fire types and flying types. Very, very offensive team, by the way. I understand that it's a very, very offensive team, not a team that I would usually draft, but I wanted to try something like different, which is why I drafted a team like this. So combo is great. Dragon Dance, I think it gets Swords Dance as well. It does. It gets Stealth Rock, Taunt. It can be defensive with Stealth Rock, Taunt. It can be offensive with Drain Punch, like Assault Vest. It can be Dragon Dance. It can be Swords Dance. It can be Autotomize. It can be Bulk Up. It can be Special. It can be Physical. So many options with combo. I really like this thing. It was terrible, absolutely terrible back in Sun and Moon, but now that Ultra Sun and Moon are out, they've been out for a while now. But now that they're out and they've updated his moveset, really, really powerful now. So I'm really happy with that, and you know, really, really good abilities as well. So I'm able to prep for a myriad of things, which are really, really awesome. So next we move on to Tornadus. Tornadus was really, really important because it gave me a speed tier I didn't have, 110-ish, and this thing is 111, so I thought it was perfect. I was going to get Tornadus Therian because I wanted a mon that could reliably switch into hits, take the hit and then switch out, you know, regenerator mon, while also being very, very fast. And Tornadus obviously doesn't do that, it does it very, very differently. But I still like the Prankster, I still like the Tailwind, I still like the moveset. The moveset is, I think, the exact same. I wanted the mon, so I decided to go with Tornadus. It's a very, very different mon, it's a very, very different playstyle, but I liked the moveset so much, and I liked the speed tier that they both have, really, that I felt it was perfect. So instead of getting Tornadus and Virizion and Hydreigon, which is the original plan, I decided to go with Como, Tornadus, Sceptile, so that my speed tiers are kind of still the same, except for Como being 85 and Hydreigon being like 97, so that was the only real big difference. But Tornadus is great. I'm really looking forward to using it. I used it once, but it only came to one game because I actually dropped out of the league after the one game because I think it fell apart again. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I'm really looking forward to using this mon, and hopefully we do pretty okay with it. So next we move on to Tentacle. I wasn't actually going to draft a Rapid Spinner because I was like, okay, I'm going to get Scizor, I'm going to get Tapu Koko. I had Tornadus at this point. I was like, I know I'm going to get Gligar. So will I bother even getting a Rapid Spinner? Because that's 4 Defoggers. And I felt that was fine. But in the end I decided to go Tentacle because Jellicent was sniped from me. I was going to get Jellicent and then get another tier 4 instead of type Null. All these guys right here, they were planned from the start. Not planned from the start, but mid-draft. Like, these were the ones that I wanted. Tentacruel and type Null and Lantern just kind of fell into place. Tentacruel is really nice because it's Rapid Spin, of course. It could be considered a setup fodder, but it does have haze, so it's not really, as long as I play it right. It's not, you know, raw or anything, it's not perfect, but it definitely isn't, you know, horrible. Toxic Spikes as well, with the team that I have, is really nice because it, you know, whittles down mons, puts mons into position to sweep, and it just gives me a really, really nice defensive backbone to the team. Resist water, ice, and fighting, and fairy, which I consider like some of the most dangerous types. It's the fact that it resists all of them so easily with a special defense stat, like it just laughs at mons like that. It's just great, and I think Tentacruel will do a lot of work for the team. I'm looking forward to using it. I'll have to bring Swords down some week and see what that happens with. See what happens with that. So we move on to Gligar now. Gligar was kind of a mon that I just kind of drafted. It was something that I think I will enjoy using Gligar, but I remember it is a very, very difficult mon to use. Because it is considered setup fodder. It doesn't have Roar, it doesn't have Whirlwind, but it does have U-turn, it does have Taunt, so it can kind of deal with mons. And we have mons like Bullet Punch, Scizor, and stuff like that, so as long as I play around stuff, it's not the end of the world. Gligar is great because it has immunity, which means it's the third mon on my team that can't be poisoned, I believe, because we have Scizor and Tentacruel and Gligar, which just makes my opponent's life difficult to prep for. It's very, very difficult to prep for a team when 3 of the mons are immune to Toxic, because they have to really take that into account. Not only that, Gligar is also immune to Thunder Wave, which is really awesome, and Earthquake, which is great. Gligar really, really likes Edgequake. It deals with it so easily. It has U-turn, it has Taunt, it has Stealth Rock, which is great. It has reliable recovery. And it has a decent moveset, you know, Earthquake, Knockoff, Aqua Tail. Really, really nice moveset. And I'm looking forward to using Gligar. Definitely more of a utility defensive mon, but I still think it'll do really, really good for the team. Then we have Sceptile. Now Sceptile was a funny one because I knew no one would draft it, so I got it quite late. But I think Sceptile's kind of cool. It's a grass type, 120 speed, which is really weird speeds tier that I don't have yet, so it was perfect for the team. Unburden with the electric terrain, if I run like electric seed, I get the unburden boost. That's a great sweeper all of a sudden. Unfortunately, its moveset doesn't really allow it to be a sweeper because it is a great physical moveset, but only 85 attack. So maybe I'll run like mix, maybe like Leaf Storm with like 3 physical attacks or something like that, maybe even Swords Dance, but I'll have to figure that out still. Otherwise, Sceptile is really cool. I like its moveset a lot. It is a huge moveset. You know, it hits. There's very few mons it doesn't hit at all, and even if it, you know, it doesn't bring the like electric Zeta, you know, something like that, I can just run like, you know, Leaf Storm White Herb or something like that, and then that'll also pop the Unburden, so it's fine. Or even just Swords Dance on a week. You know, it's really cool. I do like Sceptile a lot, and hopefully I do it justice. But it is a tier 5 for a reason. It's not perfect. It's not a great mon. It's not a mon that I'm going to bring to a lot of weeks. But the week that I do bring it, I think it'll do a good bit of work. So, and I'm excited to use it because nobody's ever fucking used a Sceptile in their life. So that's kind of cool. Then we have Regirock. Regirock was there because I really needed a check to both fire and flying types. Right now, they kind of cook my team, to be honest. Regirock kind of checks that really well. Lantern as well, actually, I just noticed that. But Regirock is great because, you know, mons like Tentacle. Tentacle isn't the most physically defensive mon. Gilgar is fine, but it is weak to knockoff. Not weak to knockoff, but doesn't want to get, you know, Eviolite knocked off. And Como is pretty physically defensive in Scizor, I guess. But Regirock gives us a great physical response to like offensive fire types like Darmanitan and Entei and stuff like that. That are really, you know, dangerous. Regirock doesn't really struggle too much with those, which is fine. I really like it for its speed tier as well. Not 50, which is, you know, the first 50 we have, and then we have 59 with Type Null, and then 67 with Lantern. So it's a nice slow gradual progression. My team is a bit weak to Trick Room because the slowest mon on my team is base 50, but we have mons with Bullet Punch like Scizor and mons like Gilgar that can kind of just sit in front of Trick Room and not really struggle too much. So it's not the end of the world. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. But anyway, Regirock is great. It gives us another Stealth Rocker, the third Stealth Rocker on the team, I believe, next to Como and Gilgar, which is awesome. And I really like using Regirock in another league. I think he actually was the PCL the same season that I had Tapu Koko, Hydreigon, Mega Scizor. I had Regirock for like the last game of the season. I brought in, and it's really good. It has great synergy with stuff like Gilgar and Scizor, because obviously Regirock doesn't want to take on ground types. You just go on a Gilgar. Scizor doesn't want to take on fire types. You go on Regirock. Really nice synergy there, and I really like it as like an assault vest, like offensive mon. Like you just run like attack and max HP, max attack, and just eat hits while also dishing out a lot of damage or stuff like Stone Edge, Ice Punch, Super Power, stuff like that. So really cool mon, really cool mon. I like it a lot, and I'm looking forward to using it. Alolan Persian is a mon that I immediately was like, when Hydreigon was drafted. This Tornado Snipe was really annoying, but the Hydreigon one wasn't as much because I instantly went, okay, Como and Persian. I literally just said it immediately because Persian, I think, is one of the best dark types in the format. Straight up, there's not not in terms of tier 5, like in the whole meta. I think Persian is one of the best dark types just because it is so reliable as a dark type. It checks Psychic types so well. With the fur coat, it means it actually can be really defensive. You can run stuff like Bite with Technician. Party Shot is a great move. Fake Out just to get a little bit of damage off. It can run Nasty Plot and be special, and that can catch people off guard. If, you know, mons like, I don't know, what's a mon that would switch in to Persian? I don't know, Tapu Fini. You get Thunderbolt. Yeah, you go with Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt. So you could do something like that. Really cool mon. And Party Shot is obviously great. I'm on the fence on whether I'm making Persian my Z-mon because I do like it as a Z-mon, but I don't know if I'd actually ever bring it as a Z Parting Shot mon. But I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. I haven't actually chosen my Z-mons. I know one's going to be Tapu Koko. I know the other is going to be Tornadus. It's between Victini, Como, and Persian right now, for sure. And I don't know which one I want to go with, but I think Como would probably be Lumberry most weeks. And Victini will probably be Bandit or Scarf, depending really. So I don't know. I'll have to really think about it. But Persian has a chance. Persian has a chance. It also has Gunk Shot as well, which means fairies don't really sit in front of it all the time, which is cool. So yeah, I like Persian a lot. I think it really adds a lot to the team, and the dark typing is really, really nice because Psychic types kind of do cuck me right now. Like, Jesus, my chair, Jesus. Except for like Scizor. But even then, like Psychic and Bar Fire just wrecks my team. So I guess Victini, yeah, it's not too bad. But Persian really helps me against Psychic types, which are very, very dangerous. So I like Persian a lot. Then we have Type Null. Type Null was kind of a mon that I kind of chose because I kind of choked. People asked me to pick a mon, and I was like, oh no! And then I picked Type Null because I was in the middle of a game, the game with Tez actually. You have 10 minutes to pick your mon when the fast draft started, and I had 9 minutes up, and I had basically a minute to pick a mon from tier 5. There's really nothing I wanted, honestly. There's really nothing I wanted, so I just decided to go with Type Null. I could have gone a ghost type like Tusklops, so I didn't really want to go with that. I like the Type Null because it has U-turn. And it's also with the Eviolite, just a sponge. It's just a sponge. And my team isn't too weak to Eviolite with stuff like Zeolol and Persian if I choose to go with that. Tapu Koko, Scizor. It's not really too weak to knock off. Although I guess it could be in ways with Gligar and Type Null, but I just have to be careful with that. I do like Type Null a lot. I do like it as just a sponge. And I've seen it used as Rest, Sleep, Talk. What was it? It was Return? I think it was Return. Rest, Sleep Talk, Return, Swords Dance, and that really wrecked people. That was really cool set. I think it was, I can't remember who brought it, but it was really cool set, and it put in a lot of work. And if you deal with the Steel types and Rock types, my team does pretty well. Type Null really takes advantage of it, which is awesome. So really like Type Null. I think it's going to be cool. I don't think it's going to be a mon that we bring many weeks, but it's in a week where we need a mon that's just bulk a hit that we can't really deal with anyway. I think we just bring Type Null and just, you know, set it to work. So I do like it a lot. Finally we have Lantern. Lantern was just a mon that I was going to get Togedemaru, but it was sniped for me. I really wanted Togedemaru because I liked its typing. It gives another Steel type and Electric type, which I liked, and the 3 abilities is great, but it was taken. But Lantern is, you know, nothing to sniff at either. That's not even saying. I'm so fucking tired. We with the special attack stat is 76. It's not that great, but the HP is just insane with making this thing very bulky. Water Electric is a great typing, as shown from Rotom. Obviously Rotom has Levitate, Lantern doesn't, and we are weak to ground, but that just makes it a really nice pairing with Gligar. Gligar Lantern is really nice. Gligar Scizor Lantern is great. I just really think Lantern kind of brings the team together. Also, Volabsorb is important because obviously you're worried that Tapu Koko might be taken advantage of in terms of its electric terrain, and because electric types are so dangerous in the format, I don't want electric types to be able to just freely click Thunderbolt in Power Ice, which they could do up to this point really, which is why I wanted to go Lantern. Gligar is a great, you know, check the electric types, but it doesn't really stop them if they have hit Power Ice. And Type Null can kind of eat 1 or 2 hits, and Combo can eat a hit or something, but Lantern is a really nice check to it, and I really like it for that. Also has Heal Bell, which supports the rest of the team. Volt Switch again, which so adds to the Volturn core, and yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. And again, it's not going to be a mon that we bring many weeks, but the weeks that we do, I think it'll have a huge impact on the game. So that's the team, guys. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to slam like button down below first and subscribe if you're an already 2 member of the Aggronix. Really looking forward to the season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Do expect a few changes to this team because I'm not really too sure about the back here, even though I am pretty much sold on Lantern. I think Type Null could be changed, and I am a little bit weak to ground, so I might change something. But I do like the mons that I've drafted. So, but I said that last season actually. I said that I wouldn't change a single mon. I changed fucking 7, so I won't say anything. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to slam the like button below. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. That being said, have yourselves a wonderful day, and bye bye.